All right, let's talk about NBA player types that just straight up don't exist anymore. For each one, we're running through the 5 guys who embodied it perfectly and breaking down exactly why the league left them behind. Starting with the first one, the pass-only point guard. We're talking about the point guard whose entire purpose was getting the ball somewhere else. Jason Williams is textbook this. Pull up those highlights. When Sacramento drafted him, the whole assignment was find Chris Webber, find Peja, disappear, 6 dimes a game his rookie year. Then Memphis, same deal, just feed Powell. Then he ends up with Dwayne and Shaq and rides that train to a championship ring. Probably the flashiest passer the league has ever seen. But here's the thing, that role just doesn't hold up today. Look at this year's scoring leaderboard. 3 of the top 5 scorers are point guards. The other 2, shooting guards. You're running the one and you can't get buckets in 2026? That's a problem. But you want the clearest proof this archetype is dead? Elfrid Payton. Look at Elfrid Payton. The guy was out of the league just sitting at home until the Pelicans called him in 2024 because they needed a real point guard. And the moment he came back, he proved exactly why that role disappeared. In 4 games, he scored only 9 total points, but handed out 48 assists. He had games with 0 points and 10 assists, 3 points and 10 assists, 2 points and 15 assists, and 4 points with 13 assists and 10 rebounds. He was still creating shots for everyone else, but he basically refused to score. Then in the middle of that stretch, he even dropped a career-high 21 assists. His career high in points is only 30. That's how extreme it was. Elfrid Payton was a point guard who could run an offense. But in today's NBA, if you can't score or shoot, teams don't care anymore. Now, if Alfred was nervous to score, Ben Simmons was terrified of it. The guy who was supposed to be the next LeBron, first overall pick. Career averages of 13 points and 7.2 assists. Ben Simmons has hit 1 3-pointer in a game exactly 5 times in his entire career, 5 games. But he's also had 15-plus assist games 7 times. The passing, the rebounding, the vision, all elite. The finishing? That's why he's not in the league right now. Moving on, Ricky Rubio. Career averages of 10.8 points and 7.4 assists. His rookie year, 8.2 assists, 10.6 points. Perpetually near the top of the league in dimes, perpetually near the bottom in scoring. It was almost impressive how little he needed the ball to be useful. And then the undisputed king of this archetype, Rajon Rondo. Career 7.9 assists per game. Now you'd think a guy dishing that many assists must be putting up points too, right? Russell Westbrook and Luka are near 30 for their careers. Rondo, career 9.8 points. Doesn't even average double digits. Played for the Hawks, had that legendary Magic City collapse era. Look it up, I'm not making that up. Career high of 25 assists. Career high of 35 points. They genuinely do not build them like that anymore. Next extinct archetype, the back-to-basket big. This is the big who strictly scores in the post, not hitting threes, not rolling to the rim on pick and rolls. We're talking about the old-school Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon style. Dump the ball into the post, clear out, and let the big man go to work. And the perfect modern example of that dying archetype? Jahlil Okafor. In college at Duke, 52% of their half-court possessions ran through Okafor in the post. They were getting 1.3 points per possession doing it. The man had games where he posted up 200 times across 14 games, 14.3 post touches a game. He shot 22% from 3 for his career. He finished with 0.9 assists per game. If Okafor touched it in the post, that ball was not coming back out. But Greg Monroe might be an even purer version of this. 6'10", 260 pounds, playing alongside Andre Drummond in Detroit. From 2012 to 2015, he averaged 16 points per game. In that entire stretch, he attempted 5 3-pointers. Career-wide, 1 made 3 in 17 attempts. The one game he made it, he still went 1 for 5 from deep. Greg Monroe also shot 51% from the field for his career. He got in and out of the league at exactly the right time, just before it went full 3-point revolution. Then there's Andrew Bynum. This man was basically the last warning sign for the old-school center. 7 feet, 285 pounds, career 55.6% from the field, 2 rings with Kobe, All-Star, All-NBA, and at his peak he was giving you 18 and 12 without needing to step outside. He attempted 9 threes in his entire career, 9. And the one time he randomly pulled one in a game, Mike Brown benched him immediately. That's how different the league was. Bynum was built to catch it deep, seal his man, drop step, hook shot, dunk, rebound, block shots. But right when he was supposed to become the next dominant Lakers big, the league started moving towards spacing, speed, and centers who could pass, switch, and shoot. His knees ruined the career, but the archetype was dying too. Now Zach Randolph, the junkyard dog. Even if your whole thing is hating the Memphis Grizzlies, you have to respect Zebo. He dabbled in threes early in his career, 15 to 30 makes a season, but hit 2010 and remembered he was the greatest post player alive and stopped that immediately. For his career, he averaged 16.6 points on 47% shooting, with only 1.8 assists and 27% from three. At 6'9", 250 pounds, his whole game was built around bullying smaller defenders inside. But if you want the clearest example of this dying archetype, Al Jefferson. If you can't find Al Jefferson, he's in the post. Man went 8 for 66 from three in his entire career. At his peak, he averaged 8.5 post-ups per game, over 650 post possessions in a single season. Over 40% of his half-court usage came from the post. Had a full season, averaging 23 points, shooting 50% from the field, and didn't make one single three-pointer, not one. That's Al Jefferson doing Al Jefferson things. And yeah, this archetype vanished because even the old-school bigs adapted. Next up, the absurdly short player. Isaiah Thomas. 5'9", finished 5th in MVP voting, averaged 28.9 points per game in 2017. Shot 46% from the field, the last pick of that draft class because teams thought he was too small. And he went out and nearly won MVP, the most modern player we'll cover in this archetype, and also probably the best. Yes, Yuki Kawamura exists, but he's the one exception, keeping a faint pulse on this archetype. The reason these guys faded out is simple. Point guards got taller. How is a 5'2" guard going to defend a 6'8" Cade Cunningham? The matchup math just doesn't work. Nate Robinson, also 5'9", but a tier below IT, more of a bench spark than a starter. Had a season averaging 17 points for the Knicks. He won 3 dunk contests at 5'9", tied for the most ever. Nate Robinson was the opposite of the slow, control-the-game point guard. He didn't slow the game down. He turned it into chaos and sped everything up. Spud Webb, 5'7", played 13 NBA seasons, averaged 16 points and 7 assists in a season, won the dunk contest at 5'7", and if you think Nate Robinson doing it at 5'9" was wild, Spud did it 2 inches shorter. Great playmaker, great pace control. Went from Atlanta to Sacramento and kept doing his thing. Earl Boykins, 5'5", also 13 seasons, went undrafted in 1998 because of his size. Had a 5-year stretch of double-digit scoring. Second shortest player in NBA history. Stand him next to Dirk Nowitzki, and the photo doesn't even look real. And the legend of this archetype, Muggsy Bogues, 5'3". Career averages of 7.7 points and 7.6 assists. 14 seasons, 7.6 assists a game at 5'3". Think about the effort that requires. He's the Hornets' all-time leader in assists, steals, and minutes played. Isaiah Thomas was the best scorer in this group, but Muggsy Bogues was the best pure point guard. Flip side of that, the absurdly tall player. Taco Fall, 7'5", 311 pounds, went undrafted in 2019. The Celtics eventually picked him up. He played 37 NBA games. Career 2.2 points, 2.4 rebounds, 67% from the field. Good luck beating that percentage. And before anyone says it, yes, Wembanyama exists, but he's basically a shooting guard in a 7'4" body. We're talking about the true old-school giant center, 7'5" or taller, planted in the paint with his arms up, basically daring people to shoot over him. Wemby belongs in a different conversation. Sean Bradley, 7'6", 275 pounds, 13 NBA seasons. Shot 46% from the field somehow. Averaged 2.5 blocks per game for his career. Barely played over 30 minutes twice. But every time he was out there, blocks, rebounds, and nothing else. Career 0.7 assists per game. Sean Bradley got the ball, dunked it, and that was the whole conversation. Then there's Yao Ming, 7'6", 310 pounds, only 8 NBA seasons because his body just could not hold up. But in those 8 seasons, he still made 8 All-Star teams and 5 All-NBA teams. At his peak, he was giving you 25 and 11, shooting 52% from the field and playing 37 minutes a night. The best player in this archetype by a mile. And yes, when I was in 7th grade, I had to stand up and tell my class I was reading a book called The Tao of Yao, and the entire class lost it. Core memory. Thanks for that, Yao. George Muresan, 7'7", 303 pounds, tied for tallest ever. Only played 307 of a possible 574 games due to injuries, a theme with all these guys. But when healthy, won Most Improved in 1996, averaged 14.5 points, 10 boards, 2.3 blocks, led the league in field goal percentage twice, had a 2-season stretch where he played one total game out of 164 possible, and Manute Bol, also 7'7", but 200 pounds at that height. Standing reach of 10 feet, absolute Slenderman build. Career averages 2.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, 3.3 blocks. More blocks than points per game for his entire career. Rookie season, 3.7 points, 5 blocks per game. Might be the strangest stat line ever averaged by a human. Top 20 all-time in blocks in under 19 minutes a game across 12 seasons. Career totals: 1,599 points, 2,647 rebounds, 171 assists, 126 steals, 43 three-pointers, 6 of them once came in a single half somehow, and 2,086 blocks. Every single number in that line looks made up, but that was Manute Bol. Next archetype, the defense-only guy. Thabo Sefolosha was the Thunder's answer at shooting guard next to Durant and Westbrook for years, and the man could not shoot. Career 5.7 points per game. Best scoring season, 8.5. Career high in a game, 28. But he made the All-Defense team in 2010 and holds a career 103.3 defensive rating, 14 seasons in the NBA on pure defense. Raja Bell. Slightly more useful offensively, career 9.9 points, career high of 31, but still not someone you're running sets for. Played 38 minutes a night for the Phoenix Suns, made 2 all-defense teams 12 seasons. Andre Robertson, basically Sefolosha's replacement in OKC when he left. 8 years in the league, 22 minutes a game, 4.5 points, 47% from the field, 25% from 3, 47% from the free throw line. Teams literally played Hack-a-Robertson because a shooting guard couldn't hit free throws. Career high of 19 points. But he made the all-defense team in 2017, and that's the whole resume. Matisse Thybulle might be the last surviving member of this species. Currently plays about 12 minutes a game. Career 4.9 points. Best season was 5.7, but career 1.5 steals per game. Per 36 minutes, that's 2.8 steals and 1.8 blocks. 2 all-defense selections. In one of those seasons, he averaged 3.9 points. Almost no buckets, but still in the league. Tony Allen, the best of this group, and honestly one of the best defenders the game has ever seen. 14 seasons, 8.1 points per game, 6 all-defense teams. Got his number retired by Memphis. 9 points a game for 7 seasons with a franchise, and they retire your number. You know what you were doing on the other end. Career defensive rating of 101.7. Kobe Bryant used to say Tony Allen and Metta World Peace were the toughest defenders he ever faced. Never won a championship, which is the one weird footnote, but Tony Allen is the Zach Randolph of guards. You just gotta love him. Last archetype, the rebounding rim runner. Not talking about centers, no DeAndre Jordans, no Clint Capellas. These are the small forwards and power forwards who lived and died by athleticism and putbacks. Couldn't shoot, couldn't create, but they were chaos on the glass and absolute forces above the rim. Quincy Acey, 6'7", 4.9 career points, 3.5 rebounds. Pretty sure every single basket was a putback dunk. 6 teams in 9 years, always the energy guy. Per 36 minutes, he pulled down 8 rebounds a game. Pure chaos in human form. Jordan Bell. When Golden State drafted him, I was convinced he was the next Shawn Kemp. Ended up playing 161 career games, but the athleticism was real. 3.7 points, 3.1 rebounds, 55% from the field, 4 career three-pointers made. Per 36 minutes, 9+ rebounds. You threw it anywhere near the rim, he was finishing it. Josh Smith, a little too good for this list, but still fits the mold. Peak Josh Smith, 19 points, 10 boards, 6'9", elite dunker, bad shooter, great energy, had a season with 2.9 blocks per game as a small forward. Made an all-defense team, career 29% from 3, but also had a season shooting 51% from the field. Get him to the rim and it works every time. Reggie Evans, a Quincy AC on a higher level. 13 seasons, 4.1 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 19.2 minutes per game. Was top 10 in rebounds in a season while playing under 24 minutes. Had stretches where he grabbed a quarter of his team's total rebounds every single night. Career 21.9% rebound percentage, 4th all-time. Had a game with 0 points and 20 rebounds. One career three-pointer made. If he scored, it was a dunk. End of story. And the textbook definition of this archetype, Kenneth Faried, the Manimal. For a stretch, arguably the most explosive player in the league. 6'8" power forward, 10 career made threes in 8 seasons. 8 of them came in one season. Career, 11.4 points, 8.1 rebounds, 54.6% from the field, 22.2% from 3. Just watch the highlights and it tells you everything you need to know. That's all 5. They don't make them like this anymore, and honestly, that's kind of the point. But if you guys enjoyed this, I would genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. It's truly the only thing that tells me you guys want me to go all in on this channel. Thank you guys for watching.